Okay, picture this. You're at the US Open. The stadium is packed. The energy is electric. Everyone's still buzzing from this insane 5-set thriller. The tennis star, dripping sweat, walks over to the crowd to do something wholesome. Gift his signed cap to a little kid. Cameras are rolling, crowds cheering, the kid's face is glowing. You already know this is about to be a highlight memory. But then, out of nowhere, a full-grown millionaire CEO, suit, watch, VIP seats, leans in like he's playing defense in the NBA, rips the hat straight out of the kid's hand and stuffs it in his wife's purse. Bro, what? Who does that? And the craziest part, that 5-second snatch didn't just ruin a wholesome moment. It went viral. The internet sleuthed out his identity. The memes were brutal. And within days, this man wasn't just hated online, he was rumored to be fired from his job as CEO. I'm not kidding. Dude built a career for decades, and it all collapsed because of a hat. So let's dive in, because this isn't just a funny clip. It's one of the wildest modern examples of how fast your reputation can burn to the ground when millions of people are watching. Before Brock's little fingers can even brush the brim, this random middle-aged man lunges forward, and not just casually like, oh, maybe he's giving it to me. Number. My man goes full interception mode. He grabs that hat like it's a loose ball in the NBA Finals. And the kicker, he doesn't even hesitate, doesn't even look guilty. He immediately shoves the hat into his wife's purse like he's smuggling contraband. Meanwhile, Brock literally pulls back, protesting like, no, that was for me. And the guy just ignores him. The crowd sees it, the cameras see it, and in that moment, everyone collectively goes, wait, did a grown man just rob a child of a gift? You can literally hear the applause drop. The energy in the stadium shifts. What was supposed to be wholesome instantly feels gross. The boy looks crushed, his eyes wide with disappointment, and the people around him know exactly what they just witnessed. And the best part? This wasn't some random side seat. This was right in camera view, every second captured in crystal clear HD, which means when that clip hit social media, it was game over. The video gets uploaded and boom, it spreads like wildfire. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, everyone's talking about it. People start clipping it, slowing it down, adding captions like millionaire steals from kid or fastest hands in tennis and he's not even a player. Overnight, this clip is everywhere. Tens of millions of views. News outlets pick it up. Memes start rolling in. And then the internet does what it does best. It starts investigating. Within hours, Redditors and Twitter detectives track him down. They scour LinkedIn, business registries, company websites, and suddenly, this random guy isn't random anymore. He's exposed as Piotr Szczerek, co-founder and CEO of Dragbrook, a paving and landscaping company in Poland. Boom. Just like that, his whole life is attached to the scandal. This isn't just man steals hat. It's millionaire CEO steals hat from kid. And trust me, that headline hits way harder. Now, you might think at this point he'd realize how bad this looks and drop a quick apology. My bad, heat of the moment, misunderstood, didn't mean to upset the kid. Something like that could have saved him, but nope. Instead, he basically rage posts in a forum. Screenshots leak everywhere, and the man says, and I quote, "Life is first come, first served. I was faster than the kid, brother." What? That's not an apology. That's villain dialogue. That's Lex Luthor energy. And of course, the internet eats it up. Memes explode. TikToks roast him. Headlines drag him as hat snatcher CEO. And at this point, it's not just about the hat anymore. It's about arrogance, entitlement, and the audacity of a millionaire flexing on a child. Now imagine being on the board of Dragbrook, waking up to this. You've got Google reviews tanking overnight, clients emailing, "Are we really working with the hat snatcher guy?" The company's Instagram flooded with clown emojis, and "Would you trust a CEO who steals from kids?" Employees are freaking out. Decades of hard work building a brand wiped out in one viral moment. And behind the scenes, the board is done. They're furious. They know this isn't survivable with him at the top. So within days, leaks hit the press. Piotr Szczerek's position as CEO is no longer tenable. By Friday morning, the press release drops. He's rumored to be out. Meanwhile, Kamil Majtrzak, the player who started all this by trying to gift the hat, realizes his name is tied to the scandal too. And instead of ignoring it, he jumps in. On Instagram, he posts, "That hat was for the boy. Help me find him." And just like that, the internet flips gears. Fans become detectives again, but this time to do good. Within hours, Brock is found. Kamil meets him in person, gives him not just a new signed cap, but a whole bag of gear, shirts, wristbands, a note. Brock leaves grinning from ear to ear. And the headlines flip too. From hat snatcher CEO to one act of greed, one act of grace. Kamil comes out looking like a hero, while Piotr Szczerek sinks deeper. Now, while all this wholesome stuff is happening, the meme economy is in full swing. Late-night hosts roast Piotr Szczerek, Polish comedians crack jokes holding up tennis caps like, "Don't worry, it's safe, he's not here." TikToks show him Photoshop sneaking into toy stores or robbing kids' birthday parties. And Brock's stun face? That becomes its own meme template. Shorthand for disappointment. Parents share it to teach kids about entitlement. College students add "don't steal from children" to career handbooks as a joke. At this point, Szczerek isn't just disgraced. He's an international punchline. Now, he does eventually try to walk it back. Reports say he reached out to Brock's family, wanted to meet privately and apologize. But by then, the damage was irreversible. The news leaks before it even happens, and people are like, "Yeah, right. You're not sorry. You're just sorry you got caught." Even if the family accepted, the cultural verdict was already in. The memes had done their job. His name was cemented as the CEO who stole a kid's hat. PR analysts start weighing in. They're on TV saying stuff like, reputational risk is just as dangerous as financial risk now. Corporate consultants start using this as a case study in seminars. Marketing Week runs pieces comparing it to other corporate meltdowns. But what makes this unique? It wasn't fraud, corruption, or some billion-dollar scandal. It was something simple: public decency. The bare minimum expectation that you don't steal from kids. And in 2025, that's enough to end you. And here's the part that blows my mind. If a single signed hat can topple a CEO, what does that say about how fragile power really is? Decades of building a company, erased in 10 seconds. A man who probably sat in boardrooms talking strategy and growth is now a meme captioned "fastest hands in tennis." And you gotta wonder, if cameras hadn't been rolling, if millions weren't watching, would he have apologized? Or would it have just been another moment that disappeared? Because in the end, the story isn't just about Szczerek's greed. It's about the contrast. One man snatched a memory, another man restored it. One leaned into arrogance, the other leaned into generosity. And that's why the story stuck. That's why it blew up past a normal scandal and became a cultural moment. Why would a grown man, wealthy and successful, risk everything over a child's hat? Psychologists weighed in, saying this was textbook entitlement, when someone with power starts believing rules don't apply to them. It's the same mindset behind line cutters, VIPs ignoring dress codes, or billionaires dodging taxes. That grab wasn't about the hat. It was about instinct, ego, and a belief that if I want it, I can take it. And seeing that instinct caught live on camera was exactly why it struck such a nerve. This isn't the first time chaos has broken out over memorabilia. Baseball has seen grown adults diving on kids for foul balls. NBA players have had jerseys ripped right out of their hands when trying to give them to kids. But the difference? Most of those moments fade away. This one didn't. Because here, the cameras were rolling, the internet was watching, and the man wasn't just a random fan. He was a CEO. That combo made it global news. What's wild is how many ways he could have spun this. PR experts said he had 3 easy options. Number 1, apologize instantly and offer the boy season tickets or a personal meetup. Number 2, donate to a kid's tennis foundation and frame it as turning a mistake into something positive. Number 3, until it cooled down. Instead, he chose the one route guaranteed to end him: doubling down with arrogance. It's a case study not just in bad behavior, but in catastrophic crisis management. Think about it. The internet doesn't rage equally at every scandal. Sometimes it shrugs things off. Sometimes it explodes. Why this one? Because it was simple. No legal jargon, no financial complexity, just a man stealing from a kid. The story was so easy to understand, so black and white, that it spread instantly. And that's the danger. In the internet age, the easier your scandal is to meme, the faster it'll ruin you. Here's the kicker. This story isn't really about tennis or hats or CEOs. It's about how small choices in public can now define anyone. We all live in a world where a phone camera is always pointed somewhere. One selfish act, one arrogant response, and your reputation can collapse overnight. That's the lesson buried inside the comedy of this whole saga. If generosity is magnified online, so is selfishness. And in 2025, you don't get to control which one the world sees. So yeah, the tale of hat snatcher CEO is wild. A moment that started wholesome, turned greedy, went viral, cost a man his career, and ended up as a case study in modern PR disaster. And the moral is simple. In 2025, every camera is live, every audience is global, and even the smallest choices can define you. Generosity is amplified, selfishness is magnified, and once the internet decides who you are, it's nearly impossible to flip that script. One act of greed, one act of grace, and a reminder that in the digital age, reputation is the most fragile thing you've got. So what do you think? Was this just an overblown misunderstanding, or was it a rare glimpse of someone's true character caught on camera? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.